So you say you're ready to buy a home, but you have absolutely no clue on what to do, how to get started, what the process is. No worries, I got you. We're going to talk about in these video series, if you choose to watch the remainder of these videos, is the exact steps that you need to do prior to finding a home and the steps that you need to do to execute the home sale and to be able to be at the closing table with keys in your hand. Very first thing you need to do, let's just get right to the point. Work with a mortgage lender and start beginning the process of getting a pre-approval. The reason why you need to do this is because you need to at least first see if you might even be qualified now at this moment to be pre-approved. I can't tell you how many clients I've worked with that literally they think they're not approved for a home. They work with my mortgage lender, they go through the pre-approval process, they get them all the information they need. 2-3 days later, they find out you're pre-approved for $150,000, you're pre-approved for $120,000, you're pre-approved for $200,000. Whatever the case may be, everybody's pre-approval amount is different. However, you don't know until you try. You don't know until you begin the process. I have mortgage lenders on my team that I can refer you to, and they're all very, very knowledgeable and very great with communication, even on text message communication, which is very, very popular now in today's world with everybody being so busy. Forget the pre-approval. Like, what do you really have to lose? And the number one thing people say is, well, I don't want them to run my credit. Well, you're still going to have them run your credit in order to get the mortgage. So if you say you're serious about trying to buy a home, you need to know where you currently stand right now at the moment. Otherwise, you're just going to be just sitting there wishing that you can buy a home. You'll just be somebody to say, oh, I wish I can buy a home. Oh, I wish I could, do this and do that. No. Start taking action. Stop making excuses. At least begin the pre-approval process. Now, there are going to be a few things that any mortgage lender is going to need in order to begin that process. But before I get into that, I just want to make you all aware that with the pre-approval, this is literally telling you that if you give me all this documentation and the mortgage lender knows already what the bank's criteria is, what they're looking for, you now can confidently look at homes knowing that you're at least pre-approved for this amount versus you going out there looking at homes, getting excited. Oh, this is my perfect home I want to be in. And then all of a sudden you find out the bank denied you. Do that prior. I'm going to let you know right now. If you're interested in working with me as a real estate agent, I don't take nobody on showings until you get a pre-approval done. I have no problem with sending you different listings of homes that's available in the areas that you're looking for. That's no problem. It takes me no more than 15-20 minutes to email you that. But I'm not going to not only waste my time, but not waste your time as well looking at homes, and you don't even know if you're even approved to see those homes. We can be wasting time looking at $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 homes, but you're only pre-approved for $150,000. So now we just wasted all of that time. You not only wasted your time, you not only wasted my time, but you also wasted the time of the listing agent and even the owner to set that time that you can even view that home to sale. So get the pre-approval. Very first step, oh, I'm sorry, not the very first. This is the very first step, but the things that you'll need. 2 most recent pay stubs. So if you get paid 4 times a week, you're going to if you get paid weekly, you're going to need 4 paychecks. If you get paid every 2 weeks, you're going to need 2 paychecks. Or if you get paid monthly, you're going to need 1 paycheck. But you're going to need at least enough paycheck stubs to counter for 30 days, which is a month. So again, weekly, 4 pay stubs. Every 2 weeks, 2 pay stubs. You get paid monthly, 1 pay stub. But they're going to need that to verify your income. This isn't like just with a credit card where you can say, oh, well, I make $85,000 just so you can get that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 credit limit. No. This isn't it. They're going to want to see every single detail. Next thing, they want to see your last 3 years of your tax returns. If you're an individual that have not filed your last 3 years of tax returns, you might want to get on that right away. 2 reasons. 1, Uncle Sam is not somebody you want to mess with. They have the right to garnish your wages at any moment. You can expect to get a $1,200 paycheck, and then you look and you only got $600 because Uncle Sam took out $600 because you owed them and you didn't pay them within the past 2 to 3 years. So they found out where you were employed at. They garnish your wages. And yes, they have every legal right to do that. So I wouldn't want to mess with them. And 2, you need to see that because, again, the banks go off of this information to verify your income. So definitely make sure that you have that information to give them. The next thing you're going to need is your last 3 years of your W-2s from your job. So again, they need this to verify your income, verify your taxes. They need all of this to verify. They're not going based off of what you tell them. They need all this information to be able to verify that. Next thing you'll need is 2 most recent bank statements. Again, They're going to want to see a lot of this information. Now, the great thing is, depending on the mortgage lender you work with, for instance, my #1 mortgage lender that I work with, that he's worked with all of my clients with, he's phenomenal. Their system, that company, they have invested so much money in technology to where now you don't even have to worry about pulling up your statements, printing it out, and faxing it over to them. You can literally select, oh, I'm a member of Chase Bank, or I'm a member of Bank of America, whatever the top banks are that they have a relationship with. You'll be able to select that bank. They'll redirect you to Chase website or to Bank of America website. You put your own login in yourself, so you're not giving this information to nobody. And then they'll redirect you right back to the mortgage lender's page to finalize and complete your paperwork for the pre-approval. So now that makes it a lot easier, because now they can immediately have that information. And in 2018, most mortgage lenders are now gearing towards this. You don't have to worry about trying to have to fax all of this information. Also, they're going to need your most recent retirement account statements. So whether it's a 401k, Roth IRA, whatever type of investment retirement account that you have, they're going to want to look at that information. Or if you just have your own portfolio that you do yourself on E-Trade or any other online stock websites, they're going to want to see that as well, because you might be able to use those funds in order to help you close the sale of the home. And then last but not least, they're going to need a photo ID. So those are the main things that they're going to ask for in order to get your pre-approval process started. Again, if you're serious about buying a home, get this pre-approval, because you need to know where you stand. I'm going to talk about another one of the videos and go a little more in depth on exactly why this pre-approval is so important. So again, these are the things that you're going to need for your pre-approval. So make sure you start working on that and getting all those documents ready. And again, if you didn't file your taxes, you might want to get on that, because last thing you want to do is to make an alert or notification to Uncle Sam that you have not paid your taxes within the last 2 to 3 years, because that's not a person you want to have issues with. So again, I hope this video was very, very helpful, and we'll talk on the next video on why exactly you need to stop wasting time, stop procrastinating, and go ahead and get that pre-approval if you say you are ready for this information. So again, if you're watching this for the first time, again, my name is Jameer Walton. I'm a licensed real estate agent with Premier Midwest Realty, and I'm definitely leaving this video just for anybody who's wanting to buy a home and they're just trying to figure out the next step on how to get started.